Hello, dear students. Welcome back to Ways with Words. I am Maushmi Mohammad. Let us continue with the play Trifles by Susan Glaspell. In the previous video, we saw that Mrs. Hale telling that it might be Mr. John Wright who killed the bird. So Mrs. Peters tells that we don't know actually who killed the bird. And now they are discussing about who killed John Wright. So now let's see how this play goes on. So let us begin. Mrs. Hale, his neck choked the life out of him. Her hands goes out and rests on the bird cage. Mrs. Peters, with rising voice, we don't know who killed him. We don't know. Mrs. Hale, her own feeling not interrupted. If there had been years and years of nothing, then a bird to sing to you, it would be awful still. After the bird was still. Mrs. Peters, something within her speaking. I know what stillness is. When we homesteaded in Dakota and my first baby died after he was 2 years old, and me with no other then. Mrs. Hale, moving. How soon do you suppose they will be through looking for the evidence? Mrs. Peters, I know what stillness is. Pulling herself back. The law has got to punish crime, Mrs. Hale. Mrs. Hale, not as if answering that. I wish you had seen Minnie Foster when she wore a white dress with the blue ribbons and stood up there in the choir and sang. A look around the room. Oh, I wish I had come over here once in a while. That was a crime. That was a crime. Who is going to punish that? Mrs. Peters, looking upstairs. We mustn't take on. Mrs. Hale, I might have known she needed help. I know how things can be for women. I tell you it's queer, Mrs. Peters. We live close together and we live far apart. We all go through the same things. It's all just a different kind of same thing. Brushes her eyes, noticing the bottle of fruit, reaches out for it. If I was you, I wouldn't tell her her fruit was gone. Tell her it ain't. Tell her it's all right. Take this and to prove it to her. She may never know whether it was broke or not. Mrs. Peters takes the bottle, looks about for something to wrap it in, takes petticoat from the clothes brought from the other room, very nervously begins winding this around the bottle in a false voice. My, it's a good thing the men couldn't hear us. Wouldn't they just laugh? Getting all stirred up over a little thing like a dead canary. As if that could have anything to do with, wouldn't they laugh? The men are heard coming downstairs, Mrs. Hale, under her breath. Maybe they would, maybe they wouldn't. County Attorney, no, Peters, it's all perfectly clear except a reason for doing it. But you know, juries, when it comes to women, if there was some definite thing, something to show, something to make a story about, a thing that would connect up with this strange way of doing it. The women's eyes meet for an instant. Enter Hale from outer door. Hale, well, I've got the team around. Pretty cold out there. County Attorney, I'm going to stay here a while by myself. To the sheriff, you can send Frank out for me, can't you? I want to go over everything. I'm not satisfied that we can't do better. Sheriff, do you want to see what Mrs. Peters is going to take in? The lawyer goes to the table, picks up the apron, laughs. County Attorney, oh, I guess they are not very dangerous things the ladies have picked out. Moves a few things about, disturbing the quilt pieces which cover the box. Steps back. No, Mrs. Peters doesn't need supervising. For that matter, a sheriff's wife is married to the law. Ever think of it that way, Mrs. Peters? Mrs. Peters, not just that way. Sheriff, chuckling. Chuckling means laugh quietly. Married to law? Moves toward the other room. I just want you to come in here a minute, George. We ought to take a look at these windows. County Attorney, scoffingly, means mockery. Oh, windows? Sheriff, "We'll be right out, Mr. Hale." Hale goes outside. The sheriff follows the county attorney into the other room. Then Mrs. Hale rises, hands tied together, looking intensely at Mrs. Peters, whose eyes make a slow turn, finally meeting Mrs. Hale's. A moment Mrs. Hale holds her, then her own eyes point the way to where the box is concealed. Suddenly Mrs. Peters throws back quilt pieces and tries to put the box in the bag she is wearing. It is too big. She opens box, starts to take bird out, cannot touch it, goes to pieces, stands there helpless. Sound of a knob turning in the other room. Knob means ball. Mrs. Hale snatches the box and puts it in the pocket of her big coat. Enter County Attorney and Sheriff. County Attorney, facetiously, which means an attempt to be funny. "Well, Henry, at least we found out that she was not going to quilt it. What was going to? What is it you call it, ladies?" Mrs. Hale, her hand against the pocket. "We call it knotted, Mr. Henderson." Curtain. So that's the end of the play. Now let's see what happened. So Mrs. Hale says it must have been awful to have no children, to have a bird to sing and then to have that bird to be still. That is, to see the bird dead would be terrible, because that was the only friend which Mrs. Wright had. For her, the bird was like her child. To see it killed would have been terrible. Then Mrs. Hale tells that Mrs. Wright endured a lot, and she was lonely all over her life. She was still. That was a terrible experience for her. Mrs. Peters tells that she has also endured such a situation, and she is transported into memory again as she recalls knowing what stillness was after her first child died. The child was 2 years old and she lost the child, and she tells that that was a terrible feeling. Just like this. Mrs. Peters comes to her senses and reminds Mrs. Hale that the law has got to punish crime. Mrs. Hale cries out in response that her failure to visit Minnie Foster and her lack of support for the isolated girl was a crime. And she says, who's going to punish that? Mrs. Hale says that she should have known Minnie Foster needed help because all women go through the same, a different kind of the same thing. Mrs. Hale says they shouldn't tell Minnie Foster that her canning jars of fruit broke. The women then overhear the men talking as they come down the stairs. The county attorney is saying that the murder is all perfectly clear except for a motive, a reason for killing John Wright in such a strange way. The attorney says he will stay at the house longer and go over everything again. Mr. Peters asks if he wants to look over what Mrs. Peters is taking to Minnie in jail, but the attorney says that she is trustworthy because, after all, a sheriff's wife is married to the law. The men leave the room momentarily, and Mrs. Peters tries to hide the box with the dead bird in her too small bag, and then Mrs. Hale conceals it in her pocket. So this is the evidence with which Mrs. Wright could be put in jail. But now Mrs. Hale has tried to hide the evidence in her pocket. The attorney returns and jokingly acknowledges that at least they found out Minnie wasn't going to finish her quilt by quilting it. He appeals to the ladies for the correct term, for she was going to finish it. She was going to knot it, Mrs. Hale says, with her hand over her pocket. So this is how the play ends. The men weren't able to find the evidence. It is the women who found out the evidence, that is, the bird. They found out that Mrs. Wright felt lonely and she was not even allowed to sing in her own house, and they did not have any children. Mr. John Wright was a hard man, so in order to feel better, once she had bought Canary Bird because it resembled her in some way. The bird sang well, and she was trying to live her own life. But John Wright didn't allow her to live with the bird. One day, he twisted the neck of the bird and killed it. So towards the end of the play, we come to know that from the words of Mrs. Hale as well as Mrs. Peters, that it was Mrs. Wright who killed her husband with the rope around his neck, as Mr. John Wright killed the bird. And the bird was like the child to Mrs. Wright. And throughout the play, we could see that the male characters always keep on mocking at the female characters, telling that females always worry about trifles. It was actually Mrs. Hale and Mrs. Peters who found out what actually happened. The male characters, including Mr. Hale, Mr. Peters, and the county attorney, weren't able to find even a single evidence, even though they kept on searching upstairs as well as the barn. But the females, looking at those little things, they were able to find out what actually happened. But in order to protect their friend, they hid the fact, knowing that Mrs. Wright would be terribly affected. So that's how the play ends. Hope the one-act play is clear to you all. We'll see you soon in the next video. Bye.